Counter-Strike. Who doesn't know what CS is? The game that marked a lot of people's childhood from the 1990s till this day. It is your average FPS game with economy-based rounds in a very tactical game style in the PC genre. If you take a look at CS2's, aka the latest CS series at the moment, it is played by almost millions daily. That is almost 3 times the total population of Iceland. It's an absurd amount of people, but also an expected amount of people. Because this game has been out there constantly keeping the players hooked in the game for its competitiveness, the skins,
and Dick Patton Huntsman! Dick Patton Huntsman! I got Scar Pattern! I got Scar Pattern! I got Scar Pattern! Oh! Oh! Oh!
and of course, gambling. I mean, the hobby.
Oh! Nay! Nay! What? What?
And because of its popularity, you don't have to be the smartest person in the world to know that people will always start making knockoffs of the game. Like Critical Ops in Standoff 2 for the mobile genre. Fun fact, I used to play both of those games when I didn't have a PC. And Blox for the PC genre? Yes, even the blocky game engine wasn't safe from the knockoff CS games. Blox, or also known as CB, or also formerly known as CBRO, was a powerhouse when it came to CSGO alternatives. I said was because if you take a look at the player stats as of the moment, it is not looking very good in comparison to what it used to have. Now, some of you are probably asking yourself, wait, how the hell did this blocky ass looking knockoff CS game manage to have a respectable amount of people playing the game? Well, this question and many more are going to be answered in this video about the story of CS's biggest ripoff game, Blox. Blox, as it's known today, was originally known as Blox Roblox Offensive, or CBRO for short. This game was created by the Rolf team. I wonder where they got that name inspiration from. On September 28th, 2015. I know, the animations didn't look very clean, but it was the best option for free CSGO games. For the new gens who are watching, CSGO was paid to play back then. So for us children who were too broke or whose parents didn't allow us to play violent games, CBRO was our best option. And shit, if you take a look at the player count of the game at the time, it had like 5,000 to 10,000 people playing the game daily. Which back then, it was a huge amount of people playing. And man, I don't want to sound like an old head here, but damn does this game give me some nostalgic feelings, man. The scuffed gameplay, the grinding to open cases, the goofy ragdolls. But anyway, returning back to the main topic, CBRO wasn't very different from CSGO either. You can even say that it was almost one-to-one copy of CSGO. It had maps like Dust 2, Cache, Aztec, Inferno, Vertigo, Office, Agency, and the best map of all time, Seaside. There were some community-made maps like Fallen and Metro, but no one really cared about those maps. Which, by the way, I still have no idea how Valve didn't do anything to shut down the game, as it was pretty much identical to the main game but blocky. And it also had the symbol of CS, skin crates. Skin crates were bought using the in-game currency and not real money, cause oh boy, Roblox wouldn't have whooped their ass if they'd done that. Just doing a small correction here in the video. Yes, you could have used real money for you to buy crates, but you had to use the money to buy Robux first for you to then spend the Robux on the in-game funds. So I guess technically you could have used real money to open crates. Alright, returning back to the video. You would gain 15 credits with every 8 round win. And the odds of winning a knife feels a little bit higher than in CS, but I have no way of proving it, so take this information with a grain of salt. But also like CS, this game had trading. Trading back then is a little bit unknown as not much footage of it has been recorded. But I'd assume it's similar to nowadays but with a smaller community. All things mentioned, this game was sunshine and rainbows for the time being, with the Halloween event being very sick with a new game mode being added for a limited time and limited skins. Revolve back then treated CBRO with all the love in the world, until something else appeared. But that is a discussion for later. When CBRO was thriving, a new game was published by the Revolve team as CBR. Some, or maybe the majority of people, may not even remember this game being a thing, as it's easily the forgotten one in the Blox series. This game was live from around 2017 to 2018. As being a little showcase of all the higher quality of the game compared to blocky ass CBRO. Which, by the way, you still had to pay like 1000 Robux to play the game. There's not too much to talk about other than just being CBRO but better. CBRO was discontinued on July 28, 2018 and replaced with CBR, thus creating just Blox. It was a big change from the scuffed textures and models to a less scuffed version of those. Guns were rebalanced, maps were remodeled, and also were guns. Like, take the Nega for example. It turned from this to this. And yeah, the PP Bison was turned into a fucking Thompson. Like, what the fuck? I don't understand till this day why they decided to do this change, as it doesn't make any sense. My best CS theory for this is that they didn't want to get sued by Valve for making the game too identical with each other, which can also be disproven by looking at CBRO. I have no clue what they were smoking when they changed that, but I clearly need some of that shit. But anyways, even with the major changes to the game, the community loved every single aspect of it. The game still was doing pretty well even after CSGO became free to play on December 6th. That was true until Revolve's other game, Arsenal, started to explode in popularity. Arsenal had a huge impact on CB because as devs saw it was probably making more money than CB, they thought they should work more into that game. And that's what they did. Most of the devs time was put into Arsenal and CB was just put to the side. Which is understandable, I mean, you gotta chase that bag, you know? But at the same time, the game was left abandoned with a few updates here and there. Whoa, what's happening? The game was shut down on July 12, 2022 as the main code from the game was leaked, which meant that cheating was inevitable. Just like original CS, CB had a huge problem dealing with cheaters. It got to a point that every single server that you would join, there was like a 70% chance for you to encounter a cheater. The only methods to counter cheaters was by either reporting them on Revolve's Discord server or to vote kick them out of the server. But most of the time, both of the methods were futile. Because first, devs would take inspiration with VAC and actually not ban many players for cheating. Second, the cheaters would just end up creating new accounts to exploit again in CB. And third, some people didn't even know that CB had a vote kick system in the first place. So pretty much the game was asking for a rework, and that's what they did for 6 months. You would think that in the meanwhile, people would just go to CS and wait for the game to come back or just to stay at CS. But no, people started to create modified fan-made versions of CB and they absolutely blew up with success. Both of the main powerhouses were CB Reimagined and CB Remastered, with CB Reimagined being the more advanced one by adding ranks and custom game modes to the game. Which is very impressive by only just being a fan-made version of the game. They remained until CB came back on January 10th, 2023, as it was asked by the Revolve team to be deleted. CB came back completely reworked with slightly reworked maps, reworked gun models, stats, and sounds, as well with a better anti-cheat system, I believe, which is exactly like VAC. It works sometimes, but not all the times. This is, in my opinion, the worst version of the Blox series, as it's fucked up the recoil pattern so bad that most people opted to just one-tapping with guns like the AK and the Krieg. Or maybe it's just that, I don't know. Plus, after this rework, CB wouldn't have any significant updates since then. Take a look at this highlight video I made in 2023.
Do you wanna go to war with me? You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid.
And compare it to now. Literally, no changes made at all. It's gone so stale that people started making their own versions by using the pre-shutdown version of CB to have the better version always available. Which is kind of funny if you ask me. Some teasers for an upgraded version of CB has been out there, even in Only Pixel's stream.
And we'll have better looking skins because of Utah Journal.
But some of those leaks is like more than a year old, so I doubt that it will end up launching. However, I really wish that I can eat my own words and they actually cook up something really good in the near future. Blox, a game that had so much potential, ended up being shadowed by the more successful game and neglected by its developers. It is really a shame that the game ended up being like this, but it's also very fascinating by how far this series ended up lasting and how many loyal fans the game had. I even occasionally play CB because my laptop is too shit to run CS2 with good FPS and to absolutely dunk on those bad kids in the game. By the way, some of the information on this video might not be 100% accurate since there is really little documented stuff about CB. But with that, this is the end of the video. If you liked it, please subscribe and leave a like for more videos like this. Also, comment some of your experiences and opinions on CB in the comment section below. It is really fun reading what some of you guys have to say. And as of me recording this audio, we've reached 400 subscribers, which is so goddamn insane, and I only have you guys to thank for all the support y'all gave me in this 2 to 3 weeks. I really fucking love you guys. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.